I am sure I am more than this. Yeah, even more. I'm a dreamer, even more. An achiever, even more. I can be anything if I just believe in me. I'm even more. Woo! Come on, ladies, sing with me. There's an old story out there where the writers decide for me. Oh, here's a new story from here. I decide the path I'm unstoppable. I'm born to be a maker in my greatness. My mind can see. I have power to be anything. I am sure I'm more than that. I'm a dreamer, an achiever. I can be anything if I just believe in me. I'm a leader, not a quitter. No. I can do anything if I stand up to my feet. I overcome the hurtful voices whispering I'm not good enough. It's a new me. I am powerful. I'm unstoppable. I'm beautiful. I'm a dreamer. You can be anything if you just believe in you. I'm fearless. I'm an achiever. I'm resilient. I'm unstoppable. I'm a maker. I'm creative. I'm brilliant. I'm female. And more. It's the cry of a girl.
Another week, another Wednesday. And of course, we're still here in August of 2026.
Yet the world really thinks she's only a female, but I am more.
It is indeed a wet day from the nation's capital, Monrovia. Wherever you are, however way you're joining us, we'd like you to welcome. And of course, be extra careful as you're out there because you don't know where you're going to slip. It has been a minute since we produced your favorite Women Spotlight right here on Freedom 87.9 FM. But it's actually good being back on your radio, bringing you the very best Women Spotlight has to offer. So I'd like you to welcome and stay with us as we go ahead with today's presentation. My name is Princess Alexa Venjicoli, and of course I would like to welcome to all of you. A lot is happening in Liberia. A lot is happening everywhere. But today I'd like to share with you a thought-provoking topic. And that is a topic that concerns all of us. It concerns women. It concerns men. So obviously open your minds. Open your ears as well. Listen carefully as we discuss this thought-provoking topic. The There's a question that continues to linger every now and then. People ask this question whenever you have a panel discussion, whenever you have a convention, whenever the world celebrates International Women's Day, whenever we celebrate our mothers, everyone asks this question.
Achiever, I'm resilient. I'm unstoppable. I'm a maker. I'm creative.
And I think it is prudent enough to have this as a conversation right here on Women's Spotlight. Today's edition, Freedom 87.9 FM. If you just arrived in Liberia, I'd like to say welcome to the motherland. Welcome to this country. The people are resilient. The people find strength in the challenges every single day. That makes us a unique country. With all the challenges, we're still here, we're still moving forward. So I'd like to say welcome to Liberia. If you're just entering the nation's capital, I'd like to say welcome to Monrovia. And you're listening to the biggest platform, the biggest radio station in the country, Freedom Radio Liberia, Freedom FM. Today we spice it up a little bit with some Liberian songs as we discuss this particular topic that will be introduced to you in the next couple minutes. Wherever you are, if you're out there and you want to send out money to your family members, your loved ones, do not forget to use Tip Me Liberia. That is very convenient. And you can use that wherever you are. Whether you are in Liberia, you are in, somewhere else, United States of America, you're in Europe, use the Tip Me app. And send money to your family members wherever you want to send that money. But we took a very short break, and after that, we're going to get to introduce our topic and have this conversation. While we're taking our break, do not forget to play the Freedom Win Liberia cash giveaway. $*255 hash, *1 hash, play with 100 Liberian dollars or 50 US cents. Win from 5,000 Liberian dollars to 10,000 Liberian dollars. Better still, Orange Liberia if you're there. Use your Orange Money account, $*255 hash, 100 Liberian dollars or 50 US cents. And stand a chance to win from 5,000 Liberian dollars to 10,000 Liberian dollars. We took a very, very short break, and then we get back to you and have this conversation.
I'm intelligent. I'm fearless. I'm an achiever. I'm resilient. I'm unstoppable. I'm a maker. I'm creative. I'm brilliant. I'm female. And more. It's the cry of a girl born gifted, another maker on earth. Yet the world really thinks she's only a female, but I am more. I'm born to be a maker. In my greatness, my mind can see. I have power to be anything. I am sure I am more than this. Yeah, even more.
Win big today with Win Liberia on Freedom FM. Yes, for just 100 Liberian dollars or 50 cent United States dollars. You can win from 4,000 Liberian dollars up to 10,000 Liberian dollars. And for 200 Liberian dollars or 1 United States dollar on Japa days, you can win from 15,000 Liberian dollars, 50,000 Liberian dollars, 100,000 Liberian dollars, and up to 1 million Liberian dollars. For these amazing prizes, dial *255*1#. Again, dial *255*1#. The more you play, the better your chances. It's Win Liberia Cash Giveaway on Freedom FM.
And the work we dey do will bring the rubber. Then tell me so many no.
We'd like to say welcome back to Women's Spotlight, and this is how we like to start our conversation. So there's a question, and that question is, why do women need to have it all together? That is a question. And I believe this is a question that concerns everyone, especially people who are, sensitive enough to understand that women go through a lot on a daily basis to be able to fit in. So why do women need to have it all together? Why do women need to be performative when it comes to, how they are, the things they do, and how they present themselves out there, whether it is at an event, whether it is in their home? Why do women need to have it all together? Why do we have so much pressure on women having it all together? That is the question. And while I was on my way here, I was thinking, like, why do we always have this? I remember, I think it was a couple Wednesdays ago. I think that was in March of this year, 2026, and we're celebrating the International Women's Day. So there was a question about timeline or time frame. Usually, society says women should get married at a certain age. Women should, have a child at a certain age. Women should be educated at a certain level. And women should be at home at a certain time. So you have this timeline attached to whatever a woman does. You have this time frame given to women to do what they have to do. So it is more like an imposition. And it becomes a problem because there are people who are unable to do what they want to do because of the pressure. Everybody has a very different level when it comes to being tolerant. Everybody has a very different, knack for working under pressure or being who you want to be, regardless of what society says, regardless of what someone says to you. So there are people who bend under pressure. And I've seen that with a lot of women. I've seen that, with a lot of young girls here in Liberia. Out of Liberia, if you go into listen to just different documentaries, you go into, just listen to different stories narrated by women themselves, what they go through on a daily basis in their homes, what they go through in workplaces, what they go through, in every society as a whole. It is a problem. If you're going to pose that as a question to me as to why do women need to get it all together, I would say to you, women do not need to get it all together. In fact, no one needs to get it all together. There's something in the Bible, and I don't remember, what book it is. I don't remember what chapter, but there's something in the Bible, and it talks about there's time and season for everything. So Alexa, on this radio now that you are listening to me, for those of you who are watching, you're watching me, you're listening to me because it is my moment. It is my time. It is my turn, if we're going to say it that way, to be here. So for everything, there's time and there's season. So you cannot impose on someone when it is not their time. And there's something about having it all together. So because you want to yield to society's pressure, you want to yield to society's time frame, now you're going to be hasty in whatever you're doing. So you're not doing that properly. You're not doing that because you want to do it. You're doing that because you think you have, this timeline. You have to be able to meet up with that. You need to be able to get it done because you don't want people saying, "Oh, she didn't do it." You don't want people saying, "Oh, she's unable to do it." When you sit back as a lady, you sit back as a woman, and you accept the pressure, you accept these different, projections, and you force yourself as a lady to do things that you are not ready to do, things that you are not, prepared for. It takes away from you. It takes a lot away from you. It doesn't take anything away from society, because society has been designed in a way where it dictates to you how you should live, what you should do, what you should wear. For example, where you should wear what you wear. You already have these things. Society already dictates to you what to do with your life, and the life is yours. The life I have is mine. So imagine someone is looking at me as a young woman, and that person tells me, Alexa, you're not supposed to wear, for example, an African attire today to work, because there's a timeline, or there's a specific time, there's a specific moment for that to be worn. And because I am bending under pressure, because I am, accepting that projection, I'm accepting to be dictated to by a person, by society, what to wear, where to wear, and I accept that, and I'll be like, oh no, I don't want to wear this today because I don't know what people are going to say. To hell with what people are going to say. Okay? So as a woman, you don't need to have it all together. So whenever a person asks you, why do you not have it all together? You're maybe 30, you're a 30-year-old woman, and someone tells you, why don't you have a child? Why are you not married? Why are you still going to school? And you sit back and be like, oh, the pressure is too much. I don't think I need to go back to school because I'm already old. Who told you that? No one should be able to write your story for you. No one should be able to, dictate what your chapters are, the opening chapter of your story. No one should be able to tell you what it should be. You should be the narrator of your very own story, because that is your power. Okay? Your power is you being able to control yourself, you being able to control your timeline, you being able to do whatever you want to do, whatever that makes you happy, whatever that makes you feel fulfilled. That is your power. Your power is not to control what other people do, how other people do what they do. That is not your power. Your power is to control yourself. Your power is to tell your own story. Your power is not to have it all together. That is not your power. So when you think, or when you believe that your power is to get it all together regardless of the challenges, it means you are failing yourself, mama. And I'm here to say, you do not need to listen to people. As much as you need to have mentors, you need to have, some of these role models that you probably see what they do in their lives, and then you want to take one or two, from the things to do, to use that in your own life, your own way. You don't need to live your life for people. You don't need to live your life for society. You don't need to live your life because you are a religious person, you're a Christian, you're a Muslim, you're an atheist, or whoever you are, whatever religion you believe in. You don't need to live for people, because we are all humans. We have shortcomings, and you can get away with that. So do not see your pastors, do not see your imams, and you be like, oh no, I don't want them to see me do this. These people are people who are anointed by God, some of them. Some of them are not anointed by God. Oh, no apology for that. Some of these people are anointed by God. They are called by God to do His work. Whether they are Muslims or they are Christians, they are called to do the work of God. It doesn't take away the fact that they're humans. No, they make mistakes as well. I remember at a point in time, I think that was 2020 when we launched the Trust No One campaign. Some of the news we received at that point in time, I mean, imagine you had some religious leaders, some religious people, raping young girls and stuff. Yeah. So it tells you that we are all humans. So I'm saying this not to look down on people. There are pastors who are very, very okay. They're respectable and they do what they need to do. There are also imams who are respectable and do what they didn't do. But I'm saying we are all of the flesh. So people make mistakes. So do not sit back and say, oh, my pastor says this and that. My imam says this and that. And then you're forgetting about what do you say? What do you want? What makes you happy? Why you are trying to respect other people's roles in your life, why you're trying to listen to other people being mentors and role models, think about what you want. Know that you also do not need to have it all together, because pastors do not have it all together. Pastors have their challenges. Imams have their challenges. Atheists have their own challenges as well. So you don't need to live for anybody. You don't need to get it all together. It takes away your power of individualism. Because as a person, you should be able to make your decisions individually. You should be able to have your preferences as an individual. Okay? You should be able. You wake up one morning and you tell yourself, oh, I have a goal. And the goal is I want to become a lawyer. Right? Probably you have a passion for it. And you know exactly what you possess. You know your abilities and all that. You know you're capable. That's what you want. Deep down within yourself, that's what you want. And then you go to someone, the person is like, no, that's a good thing. But at your age now, you are maybe 30, you are 40. And imagine you're going to spend a couple years in the school. When will you leave? When exactly are you going to practice? And you listen to that. And you think, oh, yeah, like true. And the school now 1 year been in. So you sit and you say you're not going to that school again because you're old. Why would you do that to yourself as a person? Why? It means you don't love you. You don't love yourself. It means you are against your very own best interests. Okay? So you don't need to have it all together. You don't. If you're a 40-year-old man and you were saying you want to become a rapper, imagine 10:30, right? You know, say 10:30. Let me just call it that. 10:30. 10:30 is not a young man. He is not a teenager. Let's forget about his comedic side. He is not a teenager. No. He is now a man that's in his 20s. No. He is not in his 30s. No. This man is in his 40s. Right? And last year, 2025, his name became a household name. Some of you may not like his music, but I'm saying this to me. He still went ahead and he did what he needed to do. At 40-something years old, 10:30 won the most trendy artist at the MLMA, right? So you don't need to put you don't need to put a hold to what you want to become because you're a certain age or because you're in a certain space. You don't need to. You don't need to. You need to motivate yourself. That man, right now, I mean, 10:30 could pass for both a comedian and a musician. Because the songs he does, These songs resonate with some people. You may not like it, but you have other people who like his songs. You may not like his mannerisms. You have people who like his mannerisms. Whether he appears as a comedian, he appears as this and that. So there are always people somewhere waiting for you to bloom. There are always people somewhere waiting for you to come out of that shell. Okay? People are always waiting for you. So you put yourself inside the shelf because you feel like you're senior, or you feel like you're, a tortoise. And then you say, oh, I'm too old, so I can't make it. That is a problem. It means you are defeating yourself. It means you are against your own progress. So do not let anyone tell you that you need to get it all together. You don't need to get it all together. Do not, just the pressure to have it all, figured out, that is a problem. Right? Someone tells you, oh, because you're in your 50s, so you're supposed to be married, you're supposed to have grandchildren, you're supposed to be a successful person. Now, success means different things to different people. What success means to me may be different from what it means to Oliver. Okay? So everybody has a different meaning. Okay? So there are people, financial stability, financial independence is success to them. There are other people, it means something else to them. So again, do not allow anybody tell you what your success is. No. Because all these things we do, you see this person is dressed beautifully. You see this person wears maybe designers. You see this person wears an Ankara fabrics and whatever. This person looks so good on the outside. This person has an aesthetic that is, oh my God, mind-blowing. When you see them, they're fashionable. And you think that person has it all together. Oh, Alexa looks nice. Look at her blazer. Look at her suit. Look at her, because you see Alexa out there, she wears all these beautiful outfits. Or you see my friend Rosemary Makiva, who is at Spoon. She's a very great presenter as well, like marine journalist. You see her, you be like, oh, she looks nice. You see Constance Joetta from LBS. She's also an amazingly brilliant, a young lady as well in the media. And you see all of us, you be like, these girls look good. These young women look good. And stuff, they have it all together. They have it all, figured out. You don't know because you're not in my space. You're not in my personal space. You don't know as to whether I have it all together or not. So what you see out there, these are painted or printed pictures of ourselves exteriorly. These are pictures you see. These images are, very, very amazing. And you think that we have it all together. No. Everybody has their own, challenge. Or a couple challenges. So do not see someone and you think that person has it all together, so then you're pressured enough to have it all together. It means you are doing yourself wrong at your very own detriment. It is a problem for you and you're not going to move forward. You have to be able to accept as a woman that I'm focused on women because that's the question. Why do women need to get it all together? But if you're a guy, you're listening, you can take cue from all these things I'm saying. As a woman, you need to know that this life, in this world, there are challenges. And no matter where you are, no matter who you are, you're going to get them. You're going to experience them. These challenges are going to be experienced by you, whether you like it or not. You're going to fall a few times or many times. You're going to fall. But do not allow that take away your power of self, your power to tell your story, your power to control yourself, what you do, how you do what you do, at what point do you want to do this. That's the power you have. I had a conversation with someone whom I love so much, and it was a funny conversation, something social. And that person says, they always say that anyway, but at that point in time, that person said, some women do not know how powerful they are. And I was like, tell me about it. So he said, women are very powerful, but they don't know sometimes, because maybe they have a man in their life, and this man is like this man is like that, and they're allowing this man to ruin their life. He said men who refuse to accept the power of women, they become women themselves. And that was the comical part. In simple library English, he said, any man you see Jack complaining about woman, oh, the whole woman can unless you know too much, the whole woman can unless you too successful by the person. Any man that now will deal with women, their success, or how they go about the things they do, that man can become woman himself. It may not be physically, but yeah. And that was funny. But then I sat again, and I started to recount some moments, some individuals, some of the comments we get on a daily basis, and some of the men who, make these comments. Of course, some of them, they've become the things they're not supposed to be. Because you're scared of a woman by way, you want a woman to be assertive, you want a woman to be expressive, you want a woman to be strong enough. You think she needs validation from you, you're going to become one. Yeah, either you start acting a woman, wearing one or two stuff, and there it goes. So this may sound very funny, but it is serious. And this is not also an attack on men. No, we have amazing men who are very supportive. They don't care about the pressure from society. They don't care about all those things. They support you as much as they're going to give you pieces of advice. They're going to be in your corner supporting you. Oh, what do you want to do? How you want to do it? It could be your friend. It could be your brother. It could be your husband, your boyfriend. These are people. We have a lot of them who will support you. So, like the Bible, for people who believe so much in the Bible, they say everything gets time, everything gets season. In Kolokwa, everything gets time, everything gets season. So don't sit down. You let somebody tell you, say, oh, you're supposed to buy a car, see your friend and get a car. Do you know how people got their cars? Do you know? Or see you sitting, your friends are traveling as a woman, what are you doing? You say now your friend I'm born 2 children. All that thing in a BS. Your friend get her own horse, you get your own horse. If you sit down and you allow these comments get to you, these comments take away your power as a woman. It means you're not correct. Oh, this person is like this, like that, and you are here, you're sitting, you're not doing anything. Everything has a particular time. Everything has a season. So you play your cards the best way you want to play your cards. You play your cards how you are to play the moment you have the opportunity to. So not because Alexa has this or that person has that, and you think you need to have it. You need to have it all together. Having a car doesn't mean you have it all together. Traveling doesn't mean you have it all together. Everyone lacks something or more. Everyone. We don't have it all together. No. Even the people who are considered rich. The people who are considered the 1% or 2% of the entire world, the billionaires, the trillionaires, however it is called, they don't have it all figured out together. Yes, they may have, financial stability, financial independence. They lack something else. They don't have it all figured out. It is not possible. Okay? So, no one should decide for you when you are to reach a certain milestone in your life. No. Do not sit back and allow that. If I get anybody who follow me, if I get anybody who say, oh, lay up in it, and I just or I see somebody say, oh, the person is going through this because that friend get this, I will come for you and tie your hand. We'll tie your hand, then we'll be doing like this. Say, stop it, stop it, stop it. So you can put yourself together and know, say, that's not how it's supposed to be. There are people who are business people, business women. There are people who are, white collar workers. There are women as well. It doesn't take away anything from anybody. Everybody has different passions. I have a different passion. You have a different passion. We may have the same passion, but we may have different ways to maneuver our passions we have individually, right? So do not allow these things to get to you. Of recent, I have been so much invested in reading different books, and I read something in one of the books I was reading. I'm not going to give out the title of the book. I have my reason. And there's a part, I'm just going to paraphrase that. It says, you have different moments in your life when you feel like you are not enough. And that feeling validates your existence as a person that goes through every emotion there is. So in simple Liberian English, they say, sometimes you can sit and you say, no, man, I don't think I don't think I can make it. I'm not sure, say, I reach that level. Anytime you're thinking about yourself, you saying anything to yourself. It don't mean say, oh, you're not good. It just tell you, say, oh, yes, Alexa, you are a person. So obviously, you're going to experience something like this. You experience all the emotion in the way. You're going to cry. You're going to feel sad. You're going to feel happy. All the different emotions we have, we will feel these emotions. Feeling these things doesn't take away from you how capable you are. No, it doesn't. It just tells you that there are stages that you're going to experience as a person. You're going to be sad, whether it is happy, sad, or sad, sad, you're going to experience that. You're going to cry, you're going to laugh. You're going to feel like the world is against you, the world is on your shoulders. It doesn't take away your ability. So keep moving and keep the focus, because you know what you want. You know how you want to do what you want to do with the assistance of others. Okay? Okay? Because if you just sit down and say, oh, this, and that. And also, there's this thing about, so they were funny, right? So because you sit back and then you have this image of men, you think men have it all together, so that's why you have pressure on women to have it all together. Men do not have it all together. If you see somebody men in a teen and you would know that they don't have it all together. So yeah, as much as this is a message directed to young women, girls, this is also to tell you that everyone doesn't have it all together. or man doesn't have it all together. Or boy doesn't have it all together. So no one has it all together. So don't accept any kind of pressure. Yeah, because if you do that, it means that's a problem. If you do that, it means you're against yourself. And I would never sit back and allow someone to be against themselves. Nah. The love I have for me, I'm not going to sit here and tell someone do not love yourself enough. Love yourself enough to be able to withstand the challenging moments, to be able to withstand all these comments that do not take anything away from you. I could sit here today, or I could sit on our political show, Freedom Hub. We will talk about politics, we'll talk about all the things that are happening in the country, and someone else will direct a very crazy comment to you because you're saying uncomfortable truth. And you think because that person makes a comment against your person, it takes away from who I am. No. We live, we die, life goes on. So people make comments or not, your name remains your name. Your name doesn't change. Your brilliance doesn't change. A person's comment doesn't take away the fact that you're a smart person. It doesn't take away the fact that you're a strong person, you're resilient. It doesn't take that away from you. So people can say anything they want to say. It doesn't take anything away from you. Those are just talks. And that's that. Does it put food on your table? I'm not sure it does. So whenever you listen to these, pressuring comments, these, different statements from people who you think have a part to play in your life, even though you don't even know them. Some of these books that I'm reading, you just read some of these things and stuff like that, and then you search the author and you think, nah, nobody in the world, nobody. I mean, nobody should take away who you are. And I'm going to play a song. After the song, I'm going to clap. That's what I want to say. I'm sorry that I'm so chatty today, but I planned to have this conversation. Seriously, I did. Your identity is not something that is performative. No, it is not. Like your intelligence. When you're intelligent, that's not something you perform. You are who you are. You are intelligent, you're intelligent. You don't need to fake it. So you don't need to fake your identity as a person, as a woman. Don't perform it. This is not a stage where your identity is performed. No. It is not to be performative. This should be an exploration. This should be something where you are exploring, because your identity is who you are. It is who you were. It is the things you will become, the things you aspire to be. That's your identity. Okay, I'm Alexa. I am, a talk show host. I'm a journalist. I'm this and that. Now, and maybe a few years from now, I want to become this and that. That's who I am. That's my identity. It doesn't take away anything from me. I don't need to perform it. No, I don't need to. One day at a time, that's how you take it. So no one will ever in this world make me feel less than Alexa. No, I am Princess Alexa Venture Colley. I know who I am. I do what I do. Not because someone says, do what you do at this particular time. I do what I do in my own time. So that should be your power. I control me. That's my power. I don't control other people. I don't control their identity. I don't control what to do, how to do, what to do. No, I control me. That is my power. No one tells me otherwise. No one tells me you are not Alexa when I know I am who I am. When I know I am Princess Alexa Venture Calling, no one makes me believe I am not who I know I am. Not who I think I am, who I know I am. So these are positive reinforcements. These are positive, affirmations you need as a woman. So because you're maybe 20 or you're 21 and you have maybe a child or you have 2 children and you think your life is over, no. As I said, everyone makes mistakes. You can be young, you'll make mistakes. You can be old and waiting, you'll make mistakes. So our life is not minus mistakes. You will continue to make mistakes. So because you're in your 20 or maybe you're a 21-year-old girl and you have 2 children and someone looks at you and that person tells you your life is over, your life is finished, and you believe it, that your life is over, your life is done. Nothing else you have to offer yourself. Nothing else you have to do again because your life is over. I am saying to you, you are who you are. Whether you're going to have a child early on in your life or later on, it doesn't take away from you who you are. You need to know what you want to do and how you want to do what you want to do. You can pick up your broken pieces and move forward and be who you aspire to be. That is your power. Your story should not be told by someone else. When someone else is telling your story, it means you have already explained your story to that person. So that person is doing that on your behalf. But not you sitting, Lamina, I just sitting here and somebody just explaining to me why not telling. Like, no, I don't give that power to anyone. I don't. You can narrate it from your point of view, but you can never narrate it as the original. Okay? So we're going to play this song. It is a cool song. If you know me, you know how much I love Anitram. And it is just a cool LRB song. So listen to this, and after that, we're just going to, climax this topic. We have like few minutes to go. But the bottom line is you do not need to get it all together as a woman, because even the men do not have it all together. Even society does not have it all together. If you are someone who always wants to keep up with the happenings around the world, you will know that even society doesn't have it all together. Today you have this problem, tomorrow you have that problem, every day something new. So no one has it all together. Okay? So do not sit back and allow someone tell you, say, oh, blah, blah, blah. It means it's not even wrong with you. That's a problem.
I need trumpet. Tell it right. You ready? Yeah. Yeah. One time. I see you not to me, you making me sucker. I see you not to me, you making me sucker. Baby, I sucker for you, I LV fucker for you. Baby, I sucker for you, I LV fucker for you. I see you not to me, you making me sucker. I see you not to me, you making me sucker. Baby, I sucker for you, I LV fucker for you. Baby, I sucker for you, I LV fucker for you.
With me, no other girl can stress. We wouldn't need the right address. Ooh, all the girls just want access. Don't wanna put my girl in contest. Marie, Joanna. Blow him up, Marie, Joanna. Marie, Joanna. La monge la via pena. On Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, all the days of the week. On Saturday, chill like a holiday, or in my cardio, all the days of the week. My you, Obi Masobolo, Obi Sobolo, baby, go colo. My you, Obi Masobolo, Obi Sobolo, baby, go colo. Yeah, yeah.
Baby, jump in my toe, like an insect like you. No talking, oh, but you friend, oh. I just suck up for you, oh. Sit down, I can be your one and only. Take me Paris, baby, spend your money on me. Yeah. I love driving big Mercedes. Money, 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 money. Sit down, I can be your one and only. Take me Paris, baby, spend your money on me. Yeah, 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 Mercedes. Give me money, 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 money. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 my baby, baby, sa, for you one time. I see you not to tell me, you not to tell me, you making me sucker. I see you not to tell me, you not to tell me, you making me sucker. Baby, I sucker for you, I LV fucker for you. Baby, I sucker for you, I LV fucker for you.
Okay, that's a very nice Liberian song. Anishram Love featuring Teddy Rat. I love it. I love anything Anishram, by the way. Not to be biased, but this is how I would like to end today's presentation. Again, I would just like to restate. You don't need to have it all together as a woman. You don't need to have it all figured out at a point in time. No, do not accept people's own timelines for you. You have your life. You decide what you want to do. You decide how you want to do what you want to do, because your power is you controlling your life, you controlling yourself, and you just controlling how you want to do what you want to do. Because if you're going to hand that power to someone else, it is going to mess you up big time. Take your time, do what you need to do. Do not see a person out there, that person looks fly, that person looks late, and you think that person has it all together. No, we all have our demons that we fight every single day. We all have our own problems that we do not broadcast to you. And you don't need to broadcast your problems to anybody else, okay? You don't need to. So do what you need to do. At 40, when you don't have children, your life is now over. At 20, when you are not, a college graduate or a high school graduate, your life is now over. Even as a teenager, when you're not in school, your life is now over. It means you probably do not have the opportunity at that point in time. Not everybody has the opportunity that other people have. Some people have all the opportunities to do what they need to do, to go to school, to live, a comfortable life. Everyone doesn't have that. So there's a time and there's a season for everything else that happens in this life. So I would like to, leave you on this note. Next Wednesday, hopefully we're going to be here with, another exciting presentation. But next Wednesday, we have a guest that is going to be here to discuss a lot of different issues affecting women as well. I would like to say have yourselves a pleasant time until you listen to me again. We've had a good time on your program, Women Spotlight. My name is Princess Alexa Venture-Collier, and I am who I am. No one tells me who I am and who I'm not. Bye from my end.
She's only a female, but I am